All right, welcome back to the channel, man. I cannot believe that this fight is sounding more and more real. Gervonta Davis looks like he is actually ready to fight Keith Thurman, and so much so that his camp has actually started to taunt Keith Thurman into the fight. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. So this is a fight, Gervonta Davis versus Keith Thurman, that when I originally started hearing about this, I thought was absolutely ludicrous. I couldn't believe that Gervonta Davis would consider fighting Keith Thurman. Gervonta Davis is a very, very, very good fighter. One of my top 5 pound-for-pound fighters in boxing. I think he's one of the best the best guy that would be fighting at 130. One of the best guys, if not the best guy at 135. And at 140, though, he starts getting a little bit out of his range. And at 147, I'm like, man, I don't know about it. However, more and more questions keep getting asked to the camp of Gervonta Davis. And they keep saying and they keep talking in ways that would make me believe that they would actually consider doing this fight. Now, do I believe that this fight is really going to take place? I'm still way on the outside of it, but still it's enough of an interest for me to, to cover it and say, look, this is something that we should probably keep our eyes out for looking in the future. And because these guys seem to be taking this fight very seriously. Now, there was an interview that was given by Fight Hype before Truck Simpson's fight last weekend, in which Calvin Ford, who's the trainer of Gervonta Davis, was asked about the Keith Thurman fight, and he was kind of nonchalant about it, like, hey man, my job is to get my guy ready whenever I see the contracts come across my desk, and I haven't necessarily seen this contract come across my desk, but and I wouldn't, and he was actually very complimentary. Keith Thurman said that he had worked with Keith Thurman in the amateurs, and he knew to take Keith Thurman very, very seriously, unlike Leonard Ellerby, who said that he believes that Gervonta Davis would make that fight in 2 seconds flat with Keith Thurman, and thinks Gervonta Davis would knock out Keith Thurman. Calvin Ford was a little more respectful, but at the end of the day, he said, look, just like Floyd Mayweather said, you've lost. Keith Thurman, you've lost. That means you know how to lose. And once you know how to lose, we can figure out how to make you lose again, and we can know how to beat you. So that seems to me to be these guys at least taking this fight seriously and really believing that Gervonta Davis can beat Keith Thurman. Now, Gervonta Davis, for his part, said, you guys, he came out with the quote, like, you guys think I'm Superman, which would make reasonable people would take to mean that he doesn't think he's Superman. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the people around him don't think that Keith Thurman is kind of sweet, because quite honestly, if Keith Thurman is able to get a belt at 147 pounds, I think that this sounds like something Gervonta Davis might actually try to do. Now, there is a real possibility that Keith Thurman could get his hands on the WBA regular title at 147, because that title is on the line. And after this fight between Manny Pacquiao versus Yordenis Ugas, more than likely that WBA regular belt is going to be vacant. So I could definitely see either them fighting for the vacant belt, or Keith Thurman fighting for the vacant belt, and then after he wins it, Gervonta Davis challenging him. Either one of those two scenarios there's a chance that Gervonta Davis is somebody that has won, I do believe, multiple WBA regular belts now. He's a WBA super champion at 130. He's a I think he's a WBA regular at 130, and he's a WBA regular at 135. There's absolutely a chance that he could go for a 4th division with the WBA regular. And Keith Thurman, having been out of the ring for 2 years, having looked like he's susceptible to body shots, it could be that this is the way that Gervonta Davis would do it, because I do believe that those guys have put some cachet in the idea of being a 4-division champion. now I want to say nowadays, it was probably like that, 10, 15 years ago too, where people were now, instead of really trying to buckle down and win a belt win and be a champion in a division and rule a division, that they're now trying to go up and down weight classes and just get a title no matter where the title is, right? Like for example, like I keep hearing over and over again, and this might be me being a little bit of a stickler, but I keep hearing over and over again about Manny Pacquiao being an eight division champion, right? So that's the thing. I'm a 4-division champion. I'm a 5-division champion. I'm a 6-division champion. But people don't actually pay attention to the belts that are being won when they say that they are a champion in that division, and they're paying a lot less attention to who the people are that they're actually fighting to get those belts, right, or those division titles. So, for example, Ricky Hatton is who Manny Pacquiao fought at 140 pounds to get his IBO title, but they still count him as a 4-division champion. So with Gervonta Davis and how he's marketing himself, they consider Manny Pacquiao to be an 8-division champion, even though one of the divisions is the IBO, is 140 pounds. He won the IBO, which is not actually a major championship sanctioning organization. So, if anybody else was the IBO champion, they'd be like, who's the IBO champion? It doesn't really matter, right? So I can definitely see Gervonta Davis trying to go that route of going 4 different divisions. And if he was going to go to 4 divisions and Keith Thurman gets his hands on that belt, that's about the best opportunity he would have to do it. Now, unfortunately, though, for boxing fans, the best fights with Gervonta Davis probably are not going to happen, because again, I think he's the best fighter at 130 pounds, and he might be the best fighter at 135 pounds lightweight, and those fights do not seem like they're going to happen. And those fights are the guys like Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney. Even I would even take one of the rumored fight that was supposed to take place, Ryan Garcia. But as you see, of all of the people at 135 that Gervonta Davis was talking about fighting, the weakest link of that crew was Ryan Garcia. At least that's my opinion. Somebody could say that it was Devin Haney. I believe that it's Ryan Garcia. But regardless, you get my point that Gervonta Davis, and not him himself as a man, but Mayweather Promotions and how they're guiding him, are taking him through the path of least resistance. And in my heart of hearts, I think that Keith Thurman would really have to show even more decline than he already has before Gervonta would actually take that chance. But it's something that is being bandied about, and as a result, you got to take it seriously. But anyway, that's my thought on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.